Hi everyone, Makaela here from the Burka Avenger project. Welcome to the first video in our web series that discusses the Burka Avenger Teacher's Guide and how to get the most out of it. In this video, I will be going over chapter 1 called School Shutdown that begins on page 5 of the Teacher's Guide. Before we begin, I would like to point out the introduction at the very beginning of the guide. Read this carefully before teaching any of the chapters because it contains a lot of helpful information about how the guide is designed and ways it can assist you in your lesson and activity planning. The theme of chapter 1 is the importance of education for girls and is broken down into 3 sections: before you watch, while you watch, and after you watch. Pay special attention to the tips provided throughout the chapter. These give expert advice and are excellent opportunities for professional development.
The tips listed on page 6 include classroom practice and grouping students. The classroom practice focuses on the importance of eliciting and how effective that is in a student-centered classroom, and grouping students focuses on pairs as well as groups of 3.
My advice is to always start a lesson with a warm-up. There is a great warm-up activity on eliciting prior knowledge in chapter 1 that can be tailored to your teaching environment. The Before You Watch section has 4 activities. If you want to do all 4, great. If you don't have time, choose the ones that you think will be best beneficial for your students. Tip number 1 gives advice on what to consider when putting students into groups. And tip 2 talks about the importance of eliciting answers from students. Keeping teacher talk to a minimum is a key aspect of a student-centered classroom, so getting the students to offer answers is one of the best ways to get them talking and engaged while still limiting teacher talk. We'll discuss this more in a few minutes. The While You Watch section is where you will break the episode into smaller video clips to make it easier for students to engage with what's happening in the story and to ensure they're comprehending the storyline and main ideas. Some of the activities have a time range listed while others don't. If you don't have time to do all of the activities, make sure that you do get to the ones that have time ranges so that the students can watch the entire episode.
For exercises that contain a video component, you'll see the start and stop times located next to the letter that is indicated for the exercise. You'll want to begin the video at the first time and stop it at the second time listed. If you see no time listed, that means there is no video component for that particular exercise.
When doing the listening activities, don't be afraid to play the video multiple times. Depending on the level that I am teaching, I usually play a video 2 or 3 times before moving on. Students will get more information each time, especially beginners. I also replay videos in mixed level classrooms so that the higher level students can check their answers, while the lower level students have another opportunity to answer all of the questions. It's also very important to give students the opportunity to read sentences or questions before having them do a listening activity. We want to set our students up for success, and this is an excellent way to prepare them for what they're going to be listening for. I would like to share what I sometimes do when going over vocabulary. A great way to reduce teacher talk with vocabulary review is eliciting definitions or examples from the students. I will say something like, let's take a moment to look at all the words and then together, let's figure out what we already know. I will ask them to tell me all the words they know, and any words they don't, I'll help them out. Then I tell students to tell me in any order the words they know and give me a definition or example. If it's right, I confirm it. If it's not, I say, I can see why you gave me that answer, but it's not quite right. Can someone else help us out? It's important that students have the freedom to answer in any order because it encourages students to speak up about what they know rather than waiting to share their knowledge. The after you watch section is your chance to do final comprehension checks and allow students to practice their critical thinking skills. Pay special attention to the tip on mixed ability classrooms because this idea can be used in many ways, not just in this section. I would also recommend if you choose to do activity F, the presentation, make sure that you limit the speaking time each group gets to about 3 minutes and then give them a 1-minute warning so they know when their time is almost up. In order to do this, I usually move to the back of the classroom and raise my index finger so only the students presenting can see me. That way, everyone gets equal time, groups are warned when their time is almost up, and the other students aren't distracted. Well, that's it for Chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some good ideas on how you can best use Chapter 1 in your classroom. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and share it widely with your colleagues and the other teachers that you may know. Videos for Chapter 2 and 3 are also available, so check those out as well. Thanks again, everyone. See you soon.